I was like, this is gonna be a great story time. Like, I already know, because what the f? Who? What the f, y'all? It was horrible. Yeah. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys that don't know, my name is Brenda, and let me just start off this video by saying thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. I think that is still so crazy to me. We're coming up on 4,000, so thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. But for today's video, I thought I would be telling you guys a little story time just to let you guys know how stupid I am. This is something that literally only would happen to me, and I was in shock the entire time that it was happening to me. Like, I truthfully could not believe that it was happening. Before I do get into today's video, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe, because it would mean the world to me, and go ahead and leave a like while you're down there. And yeah, that's about it. The title is pretty self-explanatory, so let's just get into the video. So this story takes place about 2 years ago, and the guy that it involves is gonna be named Hulk. So Hulk and I were talking, and one day when I'd gotten off work, he was about to go into work. So he was like, hey, like, you can come over, you know, just hang out for a little bit before I go into work. And he lived really close to me, so that was no issue. I was only gonna be over there for like 30-ish minutes, but I wanted to see him. So I go over to his house, and when I get there, he told me to park on the other side of the street so it wouldn't look like I was at his house. So I go over to his house, whatever. We walk upstairs, and his little brother was in their game room upstairs, I think. We go into his room, and he's like playing FIFA, and I'm just like sitting on his bed. And then, you know, one thing leads to another. We're just hanging out, and he thinks it's a little like Netflix and chill scenario. That was not gonna happen. Had to let him, you know, and no, I'm just trying to kiss you. That's about it. So, you know, we lose track of time, and his brother like knocks on a door and comes in, and he's like, hey, like, dad's home. And his dad was not supposed to be home for a while, mind you, and we were expecting his mom to be home first of all. So his dad comes home, and I hear that, and I'm like, great. So he walks out of the room, and he like looks to see where his dad's at, and he comes back in. He's like,
yeah, so my dad's home. He's sitting on the couch in the living room.
For me to be able to leave, I would have to walk downstairs past the living room to exit the front door. So there was no me leaving through the front door. So he's like,
just stay here, like, let me go see if he's gonna go into his room soon or something.
So he like goes downstairs, like 5 minutes go by, and he comes back up, and he's like,
yeah, I don't think he's gonna be going into his room anytime soon.
And I'm like, okay, like, what the f? Okay, so what are we gonna do? He has to leave for work like 5 minutes ago. So I'm sitting there like, you know, how am I gonna get out of here? And he's like,
I know, okay, like, just wait, like, let me figure something out.
So he like leaves the room and comes back like a minute later. And he comes in, and he closes the door. And when he looks at me, like, he's just standing there, like, 'cause he closed the door with his back, and he's just looking at me, and he's like,
my mom's home.
When he said that, like, all that ran through my mind is like, this is why I don't like sneaking around. This is why I don't go to guys' houses when their parents are home, because of this situation. Like, I never thought I would be in that situation, and here I am, locked in a guy's room. So here he is, like,
don't worry, like, we're gonna figure out how to get you out of here, like, don't worry.
So like him and his brother are both like teaming up, trying to figure out like, how are we gonna get her out of here, you know? And I almost said his name. And Hulk like leaves the room, and he's like, you know, whatever, being the Hulk, trying to figure out what the f we're gonna do. And so like 5 more minutes go by, you know, and he comes back into the room. He's like,
all right, so you're gonna go hide behind the pool table, and then when I tell you to, you're gonna run downstairs to the front door.
and I'm sitting here like in disbelief. I'm like, this is really not happening. Like, I'm really like, I was pissed off for real. Like, I was ready to just walk out of there. Like, what are they gonna do, stop me? No, I'm gonna just keep walking. It can be in trouble. Like, I'm gonna just get out of here. And looking back on it, I wish I would have, but no, I did not. So I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. So I like crawl out of his room and I'm fucking just sitting behind his pool table like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just sitting there, you know, like waiting to run back into his room, run downstairs, like I don't know what's going on. And then he comes back upstairs and he's like,
okay, no, come here, come here.
So I'm like, ugh. So I like go back like towards his room, but instead of going into his room, he goes into his brother's room, which is right next door. I go into his brother's room with him and like his brother's in there and he's in there and they like close the door and I'm like, okay, like how am I getting out of here? And his little like dang, I almost said his name again. Hulk walks up to the window and opens his brother's window. And mind you, we are on the second floor of their house. So as soon as he's opening that, I'm like, there is no way this fool's really about to ask me to jump out this window. Like, there's no way. There's not. He opens the window and just like stands next to it. It's like,
you're gonna have to jump.
And I'm like, you're joking, right? He's like, no, like, it's okay. Like, I've done it before. Like, blah, blah, blah. And like, first of all, what the way it was set up was like outside of his brother's window, there was like the roof and it was like a little bit like down. So it was like this. So it was like the window and then the roof is right here, but it was like slanted kind of, you know? And so like, if you look outside the window, like to the left, it's a fence in his backyard. And if you were to go straight, it's his neighbor's house. And then this way, it's like the front of the house. So like the roofing is right there, you know. It's like for like a little like shed or something. I don't know what it was for. And he's like, yeah, like you're just gonna have to jump out the window and just slide down and jump on top of the AC unit right there. And then you'll be able to walk out the gate. I'm like, still in disbelief, but like at this point, this is the only way I'm getting out of this house. So I'm like, okay, so I like get out of the window and I'm like sitting on the roof and I like look down to like try to see the AC unit and like this guy was tall. He was like 6 something. So no fucking shit if he dangles from the roof, he'll be able to touch the AC unit with his feet, no problem. Like I'm 5'3", 5'4" at most maybe, and I'm not gonna be able to reach the AC unit. I'm just gonna be dangling there with my feet looking like an idiot. So no, that's not happening. So I look over at him, I'm like, Hulk, no, like I'm not about to do that. That is crazy. He was like,
okay, like just stay right there. I'm gonna go outside, I'm gonna pretend like I'm leaving for work and come to the side and you'll just jump and I'll catch you.
what? Like, before I could even say what the f are you thinking, he was already gone. Hulk gets to outside, whatever, and like he's by the AC unit and he's like looking at me, looking at the AC unit. He's like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. And I was like, well, no shit, Sherlock. Like, so he is on the side of their house, like, I don't know, like he's, okay, here's the roof, like right here, here he is, you know, so. And like the window's right here. So I'm like on the edge of the roof right here. Like my feet are just dangling. And I'm like looking down at him and he's like, okay, like just push yourself off and jump. Like I got you. I got you. And I have hella trust issues. So duh, I'm not gonna believe that a fucking 23-year-old is gonna catch me jumping off a fucking roof. Like, especially with my luck. Like I really did not think that he would be able to catch me jumping off a fucking roof. Like, I was so fucking scared, y'all. I for real like sat there, I did my sign of the cross, like praying to God, like I'm so sorry, like I know I shouldn't have put myself in this situation, like but please help me, like please just help me not break anything. Like I was so scared. I really thought that was the day that I was gonna break my leg, like or something for real. So after like 5-10 minutes of me just sitting there, you know, like looking down, I finally just decide, you know, whatever, like, let me just go. Like, what other choice do I have? And I remember this so perfectly. I had my hands on the sides of the roof. Like, I'm just sitting there and I close my eyes and just like push, like, just like fall forwards, like fall. He just like had his hands up. As soon as I like fall, I'm just like, okay, I'm ready to break my leg, break whatever I have to break. Like, and as soon as I fall, like, surprisingly enough, I did not break anything, but he didn't catch me. Like, as I'm falling, like, his arms kind of like catch me like this, but like my feet still hit the ground. And okay, it wasn't really like that high up, but like it was that high up, like it was in the second floor, you know, so I was a little scared. But like no, all that got ruined were my Nikes. Like I just landed in a big mud puddle. That's how I know he didn't catch me, because my feet smushed in there. And I feel like if it wasn't mud, I would have broken my legs. For real, I really truthfully do. But I feel like because it was mud and it was like jiggly, like I was fine. But afterwards, like he like catches me and he's just like holding me, he's looking at me, he's like, well, look at me, he's looking at me, he's like,
see, I told you I was gonna catch you. Like, like now you're always gonna have to trust me. I'm a man of my word.
All like, you know, like shit like that. And I'm just sitting there like I can't believe that I just jumped off a roof. Like I just jumped off a roof, you know. So like after that, I fucking walked to my car and slammed on the gas and left. Like I was so pissed off. Like I could not believe that I truthfully had to jump off a roof. I really could not believe that that happened to me. But I mean, you know, I'm dumb. I'll learn from my mistakes. But that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like I said earlier, please make sure to leave me a thumbs up or leave me a comment letting me know. Also, don't forget to subscribe while you're down there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.